Assalamu alaikum students of class 7, welcome to your lecture of English. I am your teacher Miss Aisha Salim. Students, as you know that we had done first half of our play Hamlet in the previous video. So today we are going to do its second half, and here it is. Starting with chapter number 5, the death of Polonius. As you all know, Polonius was the very old minister of Gertrude and Claudius, and now what has happened? Gertrude had decided to speak to her son alone to try to discover what was making him behave so strangely, but Claudius was worried that Gertrude might discover the truth about the murder. Now, in this chapter, let me summarize this chapter at once. In this chapter, Gertrude decided to talk to her son. She called her son, but Claudius was worried that what they will talk, and Hamlet no, he had to kill his uncle, and while he was going to meet her his mother, he saw Hamlet saw Claudius alone kneeling down to pray. He got the opportunity to kill Claudius. There were no guards nearby. He wanted to kill him, but at once Hamlet thought that if I kill him, if I will kill him, he will go straight to heaven because he was praying. Okay, so Hamlet thought that it is not right to kill him right now. I will kill. He thought that he talked to himself. He speaks to himself that I will kill him when he will commit any sin. So then Gertrude was very much afraid of Hamlet's behavior, his strange behavior. So she called Polonius and she asked him to hide himself behind the curtain. Okay, so when Hamlet met his mother, Gertrude was too much afraid. They argue with each other very much. Both cried, both shouted, and suddenly when with the behavior of when she was afraid with the behavior of Hamlet, she wanted to leave the room, but Hamlet forcefully hold her hands, and she forcefully forcefully said to sit down. He cried, sit down in front of the mirror, he shouted, and he said to look hard at yourself. He is talking to his mother now. Then she was too much terrified. Her son was so strange and violent, and even Polonius was also very afraid. Now Hamlet got the doubt that there is someone behind the curtain. He thought that it was the king Claudius. So he said, ah, there's a rat there. He shouted out and pushed his sword hard through the thick curtain and through the body of the man behind it. Polonius was killed immediately. He killed Polonius. Okay, the dead man fell from behind the curtain into the room. Is it as wicked? Oh, what a wicked, terrible thing you have done, cried his mother. Gertrude was too much terrified. She cried that it is too much wicked and terrible. Then Hamlet said, is it as wicked as terrible a thing killing a king and marrying his brother? Cried Hamlet. Gertrude was horrified. What was her son saying? Killing a king? What did you say? She asked. Now Gertrude has come to know about Claudius. Next chapter, the king's plan. Now, what is the king planning for Hamlet? He planned that he thought that let Hamlet go to the University of Wittenberg, and in the way he will kill. Then he trapped him, but fortunately Hamlet was safe. Hamlet came very safely, and what will happen? Okay, then Hamlet told all the story that his father's ghost told him to her mother, and Gertrude was too much afraid, and she was too much worried. Okay, Before he left her, he begged Gertrude not to live with Claudius as his wife anymore. Refuse all love to the man who murdered my father and stole the kingdom. Now, these were the words of Hamlet before leaving the castle. Okay, Claudius had decided how he would kill Hamlet without losing the love of his queen as and his country. He had already spoken to Hamlet and Gertrude about sending the prince to England. Polonius' death gave him a very good excuse to do this immediately. Claudius pretended that Hamlet was being sent to England to deal with state affairs, but really the king had arranged that Hamlet would be killed as soon as he arrived in England. The two noblemen were old friends of Hamlet, so the young prince would trust them and be happy to travel with them. He sailed from Denmark as king had arranged, and Claudius thought all his trouble were over, but that was far from the truth. Okay, Claudius was thinking that he is now free, but it was not the truth. Okay, he trapped about the for Hamlet, but it was not good for him. The next day, the ship was attacked by pirates. Hamlet was the bravest fighter on the Danish ship. He jumped onto the pirate ship and fought them alone while his own ship escaped. Hamlet was left with the pirates and was sure they would kill him, but they admired his courage, and when they found out that he was a prince, they decided to take him home, hoping to be rewarded for their kindness. They sailed towards Denmark and let Hamlet land at the first port they came to. Now Hamlet was lucky. Fortunately, the pirates left him, and they safely bring Hamlet to the land of Denmark. Okay, next chapter, a new grave. As soon as he landed, Hamlet wrote a letter to his uncle telling him that he was in Denmark again and that they would soon meet. When they met, Hamlet told Horatio about Claudius' plan to kill him. As they were returning together to the king's palace, they saw two workmen digging a grave for a woman who had just died. Now, who has died? Yes, it is a suspense. As they talked together, men and women began to arrive for the funeral. It was the moment of funeral. Hamlet and his friend became very curious when they saw the king and queen among the funeral guests. There were other noblemen there too, including Laertes, Ophelia's brother. They hid themselves and watched as the priest conducted a funeral service. The priest said that he could not say all the usual prayers for the dead woman because she had probably killed herself. Laertes stepped forward. "You devil of a priest! She was so kind and good that she will go straight to heaven," he cried. "Oh, my poor sister!" Now, who is the sister of Laertes? Yes, it's Ophelia. Ophelia had died. When he heard this, Hamlet's face turned white. "Is it my darling Ophelia in the cold earth?" he gasped. He felt that his heart was breaking. Silently, he watched the queen throw flowers onto the grave. He heard her say that she had hoped Ophelia would be Hamlet's wife. He rushed forward and jumped into the grave beside Laertes. "I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers couldn't love her more. If you will be buried alive with her, then so will I." Now, Laertes and Hamlet are fighting. Ophelia had heard that Hamlet had killed her father and she had gone mad. After listening that Hamlet had killed Ophelia's father, Ophelia got mad and she killed herself. The two men fought together in the grave and had to be forced away from each other. The king realized that he could use Laertes' anger and sorrow for his own purposes. Laertes did not need much encouragement. The king suggested an idea for his own instead. "My plan is for you to challenge Hamlet to a friendly sword fight between yourself and him. During the fight, you will use a sword with a sharp point, not the blunt sword usually used in friendly matches." "Let's put poison on my sword," cried Laertes. Now Laertes is very angry with Hamlet and he said that put poison in my sword. "You should have a second plan in case the first one fails. This shall be it. I'll have 2 balls of wine near me on the table. One will contain poison. Polonius and Ophelia sleep peacefully. You will have your revenge," shouted Laertes. and I will be safe at last, thought Claudius. Now, this was the plan. Now, here's the last chapter. Okay, let's start. Hamlet agreed quite happily to take part in the fighting match. He was eager to test his skill as he had been practicing. The queen and all the noblemen gathered to watch the fight. Before it began, Hamlet spoke quietly to Laertes. Laertes looked into Hamlet's eyes and certainly felt very sorry for what he was going to do. The fight began. At first, Hamlet seemed to be winning. When they stopped to rest, Claudius urged Hamlet to take a drink of wine. Laertes almost hit him again and again. Claudius was so excited he could hardly breathe. The king quite quickly turned to Gertrude, but she was standing close to Hamlet. Hamlet, take my handkerchief and wipe your face. I drink to your victory, she said, and picked up the poisoned bowl. Gertrude, do not drink, exclaimed Claudius, but it was too late. Claudius was horrified, but he didn't dare to say anything more. The queen sat down again. At the moment, Laertes cut Hamlet with his sharp sword. They struggled, and Hamlet seized Laertes' sword and cut him with it. Why, they are both bleeding, exclaimed Horatio. Someone is cheating. The drink, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, the drink. I have been poisoned. She died almost immediately. Now Gertrude has also died. Too late, Hamlet, you are dying. Laertes gasped and fell for the floor. I am killed by my own wickedness. My sword was poisoned. The sword you are holding now that you hit me with. A poisoned sword? Hamlet realized there wasn't a moment to lose. He rushed to Claudius and cut his arm until he bled. Then before the guards could stop him, he seized the poisoned wine and forced it down to the king's throat. He was dead. Hamlet had at last taken revenge for his father's death, but he was about to die himself. Suddenly he heard someone calling his name in a very weak voice. Hamlet, forgive me, I was wrong to blame you for my father and my dear sister Ophelia, whispered Laertes. Before Hamlet could answer, Laertes was dead. By now Hamlet could hardly breathe. His whole body was filled with terrible burning pain. Before his eyes the world was turning red and black. Horatio, he cried as he fell onto the ground. Horatio rushed on to his side. Horatio, I'm dying. Goodbye, my poor mother. Oh, Horatio, you must tell people the truth. Tell them what really happened. I'll die with you like a Roman servant when his master dies. I'll drink this poisoned wine, cried Horatio, his tears falling onto Hamlet's face. No, no, Horatio, if you love me, you must suffer and live. You must tell the world that I am innocent. Tell them that Claudius was a murderer. Horatio had to agree, but it was terrible for him to watch as Hamlet twisted and screamed in pain, and finally died on the ground before him. The young prince of Denmark, that quiet, good, thoughtful man, was dead. Now, so students, now it was the end, and you can see that everyone had died, but Hamlet was innocent, and he had taken the revenge of his father's death. So students, this was all for today. I hope this revision videos are helpful for you. This was all for today. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz everyone.